Good afternoon. Try that again. Well, thank you. Y'all got quiet really quick. You're looking up here where you're supposed to. Are you interested in what we have here today? Yeah, I think you will be. We're happy to have an author from Arkansas, right? David Sargent Jr. That's here with us. And he's going to tell you a whole lot about what he's doing here, but he's written several stories about some friends of his, and I think he may even have some friends. He may even introduce you to some friends. I don't know. We'll wait and see. But he goes all over the United States talking to boys and girls, and we're going to give him our attention. And you may be familiar with some of his friends, but we will find out. So make sure you're on good behavior. We're not in here for PE today, right? Listen to what he's got to say, and I think you'll be interested in his presentation. We'll turn it over to him.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. How are y'all today? Good. Are you glad to be out of class for a little while? Yes. Are you excited about spring break coming up? Boys and girls, my name is David Sargent Jr., and here in my hands are some of my favorite books that I've written about my very special friends. We're going to talk about most of these today. One of them we are going to read, and then we're going to meet the little guys that are back here in these tents. And I have to ask, do y'all want to make the book stuff really quick so we can hurry up? Are you basically saying you'd rather play with my dogs than learn about books? Jones, did you hear that? Doesn't that just break your heart? It does. But at least they're honest, so we can work with that. Alright guys, since you're excited, we'll make the first one really quick. It's called Top Dog Tatum. Tatum is the youngest of all my family members, and she's also the smallest, but that has not stopped her from believing that she is top dog. She actually thinks she belongs at the top of the food chain, that she is the alpha dog, and more than likely, the queen of the universe. And it's true. Everyone in my family has decided to just kind of go along with her and let her think whatever it is she wants, because if we don't, she makes our lives miserable. We are forced to suffer the consequences, and she makes us pay. And this book talks about that. You want to go ahead and meet her now? This is Top Dog Tatum. Her name is Tatum Audrey Greer. Tatum is 6 years old, so she's very young, but she is fully grown. Tatum is as big as she's going to get. And if you think she might be a little bitty Rottweiler, raise your hand. Let's put our hands down. If you think Tatum could be a little Doberman Pinscher, raise your hand. Okay, let's put our hands down. If you think Tatum is actually nothing but a really big baby and will stay that way all of her life, raise your hand. Alright, very good. Tatum is a really big baby, but guys, she's very smart, and I want to give her a chance to answer the same question for us. So, Tatum, sweetie, if you think that you're a big baby too, raise your little hand for us. Is a big baby, but she is actually a miniature dachshund. Tatum is a black and tan, wire-haired weenie dog, and it's true. She's black and tan because of the little markings on her face and her feet, and she's wire-haired. And sometimes it is a little difficult to see, but I'm going to turn her around and push her hair up backwards, and you can see that her hair is actually really very long. It's really, really coarse, and it's very wiry, so that's where we get the name wire hair. And if we look at her more closely from the front, you're going to notice that Tatum has this really cute little beard right here under her chin. And she also has a little bitty mustache on each side of her face. And my favorite part about her hair, though, is the little bitty mohawk that's up here on the top and the back of her head. So she is absolutely adorable. And guys, Tatum is just so sweet that I want to take her and squeeze her until her little eyeballs bug out, but that's not a good idea, so I'm not going to do it. And she is so smart that she has figured out some fun tricks. You want to see if we can get her to do them? Like I was saying earlier, and like most of the girls in the room, Tatum really has decided she is the queen of the universe. And she has a little costume that she likes to wear, and I need a moment to help her get ready. So if I may, I'd like to ask everyone to close their eyes for me for just a minute. And when I tell you to open them again, then you're going to see Tatum dressed as the queen. No peeking. And girls, I want to tell you, please don't be jealous, okay? Alright, now close your eyes. Alright guys, open your eyes now. Don't you think she looks like the queen of the universe? She does. How many of us are a little bit jealous? Even more. Alright guys, her second trick, I'm going to put her down here on the carpet, and Tatum can stand up on her tippy toes for a really long time. Guys, and her last trick, she is the smallest, but she is the only one that knows how to make the teeter-totter over there go, and I want her to do it twice, but sometimes it takes a little bit because Tatum's not always as focused as she should be. Some days, she just likes to run around and look and smell and stuff. Tatum, you want to show us teeter-totter today? Boys and girls, at this time, I would like to ask one of our teachers to volunteer to hold Tatum for the rest of the day. Is a beautiful, sweet, innocent little girl, and she does not have a mean bone in her body, so she would never think about harming a fly. But she has decided that she does not like snakes, and I'm pretty happy about that one myself because I don't like snakes either. They scare me to death, and Daphne knows how to chase them out of the yard and keep them away, and this book talks about that. You want to meet her now? Yeah! This is Snake Wrangler Daphne. Her name is Daphne Suzanne Wellington. Daphne is 8 years old, and she is the same kind of dog as Tatum. She's the same color, she's just a little bitty bit different. She is called a black and tan dapple long-haired dachshund. And she's black and tan too because of the markings on her little face and feet. She's dapple because she's covered in pretty little silver spots all over her body, and she's a long hair. Now the little wire-haired dachshunds like Tatum grow their hair everywhere, all over their bodies, except on their ears and tails. And the long-haired dachshunds mainly grow their distinctive hair on their ears, their undersides, and their tails. And if she'll let me show you, the hair on her tail is very long, but you can't always see it because it is lightweight, and she keeps it kind of close to her body. And Daphne knows 2 tricks. You want to see if we can get her to do it? The first trick we're going to do, she's not completely perfect at it yet, but she's almost there. And what I want her to do is to run from this carpet to the far end of the tunnel and then turn and come through the tunnel and back to the carpet before she gets her treat. But that's really not always what happens. Sometimes she just runs to the tunnel, and sometimes she runs partly into the tunnel, and sometimes she just runs at the tunnel from this angle, and I don't understand that at all. So we're just going to work with what we get. And guys, it does not matter to me actually what Daphne does, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be very proud of her no matter what, because this summer she was laying on the bed at home asleep, and she heard a noise outside, and she rolled over to go get it, and whatever happened, she twisted her back. Her front legs went one way and her back legs went the other, and she ruptured a disc, and she lost the use of her back legs. But she did work really very hard, and she went swimming this summer. She went to a chiropractor. She had her 2 little discs fused together with a laser so that would not happen in the same place again. And she also did a series of shots. And so she can walk. It's not the most beautiful little doggy walk you've ever seen, but she is doing a great job. So I'm proud of her no matter what. And you'll probably see her slip and slide and fall, but that's okay. You want to see if we can get her to do it? Sweetie, do you want to show us how you can go through your tunnel thing? You want to do it for us? Do you want to show us your tunnel? She's very silly. Dad, show us your tunnel. It's right over there. There we go. Very proud of her. She's a great little dog. You want to see her other trick? This one, Daphne is going to do exactly what I tell her to do the moment I tell her to do it. And if she does not do it, I'll give her away to someone in the room. Anyone willing to take her home? Hands down, guys. I do have to say, in all fairness, I have a lot of faith in Daphne doing this in order to be able to tell you that. So let's watch and see if she does it, and then we'll decide after that. Is that okay with everybody? Here we go. Daphne, sweetie, I really need you to focus today, okay? Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Daphne, eat. She did it. Thank you. I actually owe every single one of you an apology for that, because that is a trick on y'all, but it is a trick Daphne took part of, and it's the very best thing she does, and that's make food disappear. And if it's okay with everybody, I am going to put Daphne back into her house and let her take a little nap, but we'll meet someone else really soon. Is that okay with everyone? Alright guys, the next friend we're going to meet, I have 2 books I want to share about her. The first one is Emma's Law. Emma came to live with me 10 years ago, and she decided on her very first day that things around my house were going to have to change. We were going to start living by her way or the highway. And this is just her little list of rules that she decided to make up. We are still forced to follow, and we're not allowed to change any of these in any way, shape, or form. And guys, you know how I was telling you that Tatum thinks she's the queen of the universe? Emma knows she's the queen of the universe. In fact, she has changed it up a little bit and she's become a diva. So she's kind of difficult. And the second book is Emma! And this one is such an easy book to read. It's very fast and there are reasons why I wrote this book the way I did. We're going to talk about those reasons when we finish, but while we're reading, if I say something that you can relate to because you have a pet at home that does the same things, raise your hand when you hear one of them. That way we can all see if we're in the same situations together. And our first page is Emma! Because she is shredding all of the toilet paper in the bathroom. And the next one. Emma! Because she is eating my favorite pair of shoes. And this one, Emma! Because she has decided to attack the pillow. And this one, Emma! Because she thinks all the other dogs are her own personal chew toys. And this one, because she's eating the door. And the next one, because she's gnawing on the leg of the chair. And this next one is really bad. Because she's about to tear into a stack of books. Miss Jones, have you seen that one a lot? Not too much? When you have seen it, do you love it? No? What about when the kids eat the books? Miss Jones, do you think the kids eat the books and try to blame it on their dogs? Every day. Do you do that, guys? Just checking. And this one is gross. Do y'all like gross stuff? Yeah! Because she is digging through all the nasty trash. And this one is just mean. Because she is pulling up all of my really pretty flowers. And this next one is just as gross as the trash one. Emma? Because she is pulling on my stinky socks while I'm trying to take a nap. And this one is worse than that. Because she's licking on my stinky toes after she got my stuff. And this one is very scary. Because she is chewing on an electric cord. And this one is the worst one in the book. Because she's up at the table eating all of my dinner. And the last one, this one is my favorite. And guys, I don't want to be mean, but I can guarantee just by looking around, your teachers and parents feel the exact same way about each and every one of you. You ready? Okay. Sweet. It's because she has finally gone to sleep and is being good. So y'all live that way every single day, don't you? Yes! Boys and girls, I'll make this part really quick so we can hurry up and meet Emma. But the reasons I wrote this book the way I did The first one, by raising your hands while we were reading, a lot of you did express that we are in the same situations, and you can take the pictures that are in this book and use them as inspirations for your own stories about what you're seeing or what you have seen. All you have to do is tell someone that story or put it down onto paper with your name and your pet's name in it, and you can make a story about every single page. And using this side of the book, you can talk about the emotions or the frustrations you may have felt as your pet destroyed your life and your home. And the second reason, the little bitty, teeny tiny kids that are not in school yet can pick this book up and read it without any trouble at all. And hopefully that will give them a little bit of confidence to pick up another book that does have more words and is a little bit harder. Are y'all ready to meet the real Emma? Help, guys. When I went back there to put Daphne back in the tent, Emma was passed out asleep and she was up here at this end of the tent. So I need to look in there and see what's going on because we might have to wake her up. She's asleep. She's right over here in this corner and she's laying that way. Her head is facing that side. Y'all want to wake her up? You will chant as loud as you can get. Emma. Thank you, guys. Boys and girls, this is Emma, and her name is Emma Claire Montgomery. Emma is a dachshund, just like Daphne and Tatum, but she's a very unusual color. She is called a brindle piebald dachshund, and she's brindled because she's covered in black and red stripes all over her little body, and she's piebald because of all white. And you don't get to see a lot of little white dachshunds because the Kennel Club doesn't think white is a very good color to have in the dachshund breed, so you just don't see many of them. She is the sweetest little girl. She is 10 years old, and she knows a trick that we're going to have to actually do a little bit later. Is that okay with everybody? I want a teacher to hold Emma while she's doing it. Guys, I promise we'll do her trick later. Are y'all ready to bring out the last little monster? Two books about him I want to share with you. The first one is I Am Spike. This book just tells a little bit about Spike, the kind of dog he is, and the things that he loves to do. And the other book is Spike! And this one was written just like Emma. It's full of illustrations to make up stories, and there are two I want to share with you. I know, Spike, I'm going to tell on you. On this side of the book, I'm asleep in my nice, comfy, warm bed underneath all the covers, and there's a lot of wiggling going on that bed. I'm not the one doing it, and I know it, so I'm laying there thinking, is that Spike? And on this side, I'm being awakened by Spike ripping the hair out of my head. He is rotten. You want to meet him anyway? This is my little buddy Spike. is 9 years old, and he is a Pomeranian. Pomeranians are from the Spitz family of dogs, so Spike is a miniature Spitz. He's just a small version with a different name. He is very friendly, he's beautiful to look at, and he knows a couple of fun tricks too. You want to see if we can get him to do this? The first one, don't you think he looks like an angel? No. It is not true. He's as wild and crazy as y'all. And that's true. He likes to talk about it. You want to hear what he has to say? Spike, hey, do you want to sit up and tell everybody how crazy you get, or do I need to tickle your little belly today? Y'all think I should tickle the belly? Sometimes all I have to do is warn him. Spike, I'm gonna get your belly. I'm gonna get it. You better tell him. I don't believe what he says. You wanna see if we can get him to do a little dance? One yummy treat. Teacher hold Spike, but there is a catch. Hands down, please. There's a catch. It has to be the nicest teacher. Before I let Spike go, I have to ask a very important question, and I need your honest answer, okay? Is Miss Judy really, really, really nice? Alright, boys and girls, I did have to ask if Miss Judy is really nice, because I have to be extra careful with Spike. He does not actually belong to me. He belongs to my mother. Or my mother belongs to Spike, however you want to put that. And she lets me travel around with him, but she has said that if I come home with a hurt Spike, a sick Spike, or no Spike, I will die. It's true. Just to let you know how true that is, my mother was an elementary school teacher, and we all know when an elementary school teacher says they're going to do something, they do it, don't they? They do. So we're going to be extra careful with him. Now guys, these are all the friends I have with me. After meeting them and learning a little bit about them in some of the books, how many of you think those are true stories? Okay, those of you with your hands up, you honestly believe in all of your heart Spike would rip the hair out of my head. That's just awful. And you think Emma would destroy everything she ever comes into contact with. And Tatum thinks she's the queen of the universe. Daphne would actually chase snakes out of the yard. Okay. If you still think they're true, keep your hands up. If not, all the way down. Alright guys, those of you with your hands up are correct. Very good. All of the books about my friends are true, and what I want you guys to take away from that is when you're sitting down to write, please look around for your characters or your story. You could see something every single day that is going to make a fun story to write, but you got to keep using your imaginations too, because a lot of our best books that are in our libraries are from people's imaginations, and we love them. I'm just saying, you can use real characters and events that you know and see. Now, before we do a couple of questions, two things. The first one, would y'all like to see what Spike has done to my hair? If I show you, you have to promise not to laugh. Y'all aren't looking very trustworthy today, so you have to pinky promise. Okay. Look closely at the top of my head. You promised. That bald spot up there, guys, that's how Spike wakes me up. He tugs at my hair, so I will get up and let him go outside and play. Hey guys, you know what you have proven today by laughing at that? That you are every bit as rotten as my dogs are. The other thing, do y'all want to see if we can get Emma to do her trick now? This one, there, would you mind sitting Emma up like this, please? Thank you. You're fine right there. You gotta wake her up. Emma, wake up. Guys, everybody have a seat. We just want to listen. Emma sings, and she doesn't have the microphone, and she's not always very loud. Emma, sweetie, would you like to sing us a little song today? You gonna think about it? Do you want to sing? I think they want to hear you sing. Is it okay if I help her get going? Emma, sweetie, I'm going to start a song and you finish it. You have to sing loud, okay? Come on, Emma. Emma, sing! I'm going to walk over there next to her. Emma, sing really loud, okay? If you have a question you want to ask about the dogs, riding, anything at all, you know what to do. When I call on someone, that person is going to have to stand up and speak loudly so everybody in the room can hear. Let's start right here with the young man in the white shirt. Everybody else stay seated, please. Got to keep those pictures quiet. We got to have a question. Occasionally. They do live in the house, and yes, accidents do happen, but young man, if you have people in a house, you're going to have the same kind of accidents. So, it all is just part of life. Yeah. And the young man in the yellow. Now repeat that, please. Great question. When did I let my mother see Spike? I don't nap him. She gets to see him usually every couple of weeks. I did go home this past weekend, and she got to visit with him for a little while, and then I had to leave again Monday. And she does have two other dogs. She has a little dog named Barney, and she has a little girl dog named Lola. And Lola's a weenie dog, and all we know about Barney is that he's a boy dog. So, and he's very sweet, and we do love Barney. So she does have company, and she does have dogs at home. And I actually live next door to my mom and dad. We're only about 100 yards apart. And so she gets to see him every couple of weeks, but she's not lonely because she has Barney and Lola. And my dad. That's awful. Yes. You faded out. Yell loud. Do they slobber when they try to wake me up? Yes, they do. I wake up with wet hair, and Emma likes to wake me up too, but her way of waking me up is to walk up to the pillow, and then she takes her little face, and she slides her little nose across my face as slow as she can get. And then when she gets right to my nose, and I can feel her nose on my nose, she opens her mouth really fast, and she goes, and bites it. And just holds my nose in her mouth. So yeah, I do end up with slobber all over me. Yeah. And the young lady in the purple. Stand up and yell out, please. How many books have I written? 56. Yes, and actually another one just got illustrated a couple of weeks ago, so that's going to make 57. And I wrote one last weekend while I was home. It's inspired by Tatum, and it's called Tatum's List, but I haven't actually finished all of my exact words that I want to use, but the majority of the story is there. And yes, ma'am. Which one does the worst things? Oh, they're all so different. Spike, he just likes to chase things and tear things up and completely not listening to me. I can be in the same room as him and go, Spike, and he'll be right here. Spike! And he just... I don't hear anything. Do you hear anything? And he'll look at the dogs, but not me. He has very selective hearing. And in the evenings when they're getting their treats, they get a treat in the evening just because they're good dogs. And I will stand in the kitchen with a treat for everybody, and everybody comes and gets their treat except Spike. And I will go and knock on the door, and he will look at me from across the yard and knocking on the door, Spike, yelling at him. Even open the door some days if it's not too cold or too hot, and I'll open the door and yell at him, and he'll just sit there and look at me like, hey, so, what do you want? If it's Spike, it's the same thing. Every day you get a treat. But he's bad that way. He's good at ignoring me. Emma, she just tears stuff up all the time. If you look closely at that pillow over there underneath the teeter-totter, I put that there so that it doesn't hit the floor hard and Tatum doesn't jam her back. Emma chews on the corner of that pillow. If this tub back here, I'll show you this, guys. This is embarrassing, actually. This is what comes in with the dogs, and it has their pillows and stuff in it that are inside the tent. If you look around the edge, Emma does this. And I refuse to buy another one because she's just going to do it again. And can you see the edge where she tears it up? Yeah, she's really bad. And Tatum, she's looking at me like, are you telling my secrets? I'm going to. She seriously does think she's the queen of the universe. And whenever we are going outside, she refuses to walk on the pavement and she refuses to walk on the grass. So she walks on the little curb. And she balances herself on the curb. She is just too good. So, they're all just so different. And Daphne's just a dog. She doesn't care. She's a dog. She's happy as she can be. And she really never does anything bad. And yes, ma'am. They do. Actually, I take bones in the house for them. Yes, they do get bones. I give them beef bones that the butcher cuts into little sections that are about an inch, and they get those for little special treats. We gotta give someone else a chance. Yes, ma'am, gray shirt. Which one what? Which one does my mother like best? Me. Me. Of the dogs, of my dog? She loves Spike, without a doubt, but I think she's kind of partial to Tatum. She does like Tatum. Yeah, but she likes Spike most. And let's see, the young man right next to.
Do you have any more dogs in your house?
A sister. That's it. Yeah. She belongs in a cage. Let's do 3 more. The young lady way up top. Yes. Teachers, can you hear her? Wait, hang on. What was that, baby? Is Emma always a diva? Yeah, absolutely, yes. I have a stroller for the dogs in case one of them gets injured or anything like that in the car. And she is so funny. She's not hurt. She's getting over being hurt a little bit. She twisted her knee this summer, and it acted up a little bit when it got really cold. And she would be walking along and she would remember, oh, my knee hurts. And it's the right back. And so I would look at her and she would just be walking along, happy as can be, and then all of a sudden she stops and she goes, oh, wow. She wants me to put her in her stroller so she can just ride along. And then I'll take her out of the stroller and we'll be walking along, and then she remembers again, oh wait, my leg hurt. She's a diva, yes. And let's see, wait, yellow up top, young man.
Yes. How many dogs, how many snakes has that dog kept out of your yard?
Can't hear you. You have to yell loud for me. I'm old.
How many snakes had that dog of yours chased out?
How many snakes has Daphne chased out? I've seen her actually physically do it 3 times. I don't know if it's more because I'm not with her all the time out in the yard. They do have a doggy door and they can come and go as they please. But I have seen 3. One dead one has made it into my house before that she came through the doggy door with and wiggling all over like, ooh, look what I brought you, look what I brought you. No, I don't think so. And the worst thing she brought in, that was dead, so I was okay with it. They brought in, I don't know who brought it in, but they brought in a turtle that they caught and they put it in my bed. I raised up the blankets and stuck my feet under, climbing in bed, and my foot touched the turtle, and my foot immediately came back up to my body, and I was like, that's not right. So I raised up the blanket very slowly, and I looked and double take. That little turtle was just sitting there looking at me like, hey, what are you doing? I guess I live here now. I just picked him up and put him back outside, and that was the last time I saw him. He took off. And our last one, where's the young lady over here on this side? Up in the purple. The blonde hair with the bow in it. Yes. Lost her. Still can't hear. Yell loud. Teachers, can you hear her, please? Wait. No, let a teacher yell, please. How many pillows have they destroyed? Good question, young lady. I actually don't know the exact number of that, except for one that really bothered me. It was a pillow that I had since I was a little bitty kid, dragged that pillow around all my life, and Emma destroyed it. And teachers, you know what I'm talking about. It's that old blue and white cotton ticking heavy duty pillow that weighs a ton, especially when you get it wet, and it's good for pillow fight. But Emma's destroyed it, and feathers were everywhere. So, but other than that, just a lot of them. She even tears up the ones that are in there. Do you want to see a little bit? Dad, we have to talk talk to Dad. Dad, no, we're not gonna get out. We're just gonna show him help. Oh, you're gonna go look? Okay, well, come back, Dad. Do you see the corner of this one? This is what her most recent damage. And I'm okay with it. No, you may not have harsh points. I'm okay with it because this is it's actually Emma's pillow that she is destroying. Her name is on it, so she's destroying her own pillow, so I'm okay with that. So she does a lot of destruction. Alright, boys and girls, thank you for letting me share my friends with you. I hope y'all enjoyed them. I've got a question for y'all. Dad, can you come get in the house for me, please, sweetie? Come on, let's go get in the house. No, you want to go look? Okay, she's fine. How many of us are interested in petting Spike today? Okay. Hands down, please. Miss Judy, may we ask you please to be at the door as we're leaving, and we will keep your children till very last to walk out. Thank you. All right, guys, you're more. Wait, everybody have a seat. No, she can't get in there. Have a seat. If you can pet Spike, but there are rules, okay? If you're allergic to dogs, what are you never supposed to do? Exactly. Touch or pet. If you're afraid of dogs, you don't have to pet. You can just simply walk on by. And the third thing, please don't get up and exit until your teacher tells you to, because if everyone gets up at once and races towards Spike, we're going to end up in mass chaos and confusion, and it'll be overwhelming for him, so we don't want to do that. And remember, please, guys, make it quick. Give everyone a chance. Pet and go. Pet and go. Pet and go. Pet and go. Can y'all do those things for me? Thank you very much, guys.